Self-Petition USA provides technology-based drafting solutions. We are not a law firm and do not employ attorneys. For legal advice, always consult a licensed immigration attorney.
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Have you ever found yourself trying to navigate a truly complex system where the stakes couldn't be higher? We're talking about something as life-changing as securing a green card in the U.S., specifically through a powerful self-petitioning pathway known as the EB-2 National Interest Waiver, or NIW. It's designed for professionals who can prove their work is so vital to the United States that, well, a job offer isn't even required. But getting it right, that's where the maze begins.
It really is tricky.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into a stack of critical resources on this very topic, and we're focusing on a powerful yet maybe often overlooked tool, the Administrative Appeals Office decisions.
Right.
Think of these as a master key, maybe an exclusive window into the minds of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, and what they truly look for.
That's precisely it. Our mission today is really to distill the most important, sometimes surprising, insights from these AAO decisions. So whether you're personally considering this path or maybe advising someone who is, or even if you're just fascinated by how legal precedents and past cases dramatically shape future outcomes, well, you're about to get a serious shortcut to being well-informed.
Okay.
You'll learn the hidden patterns that make an NIW petition undeniably strong, the subtle missteps that, frequently lead to denial, and how these past rulings can illuminate your path forward.
Okay, let's unpack this crucial tool then. First, for anyone unfamiliar, what exactly is the Administrative Appeals Office, the AAO, and why should anyone thinking about an EB-2 NIW care so profoundly about their decisions?
Right, so the AAO is a vital component within USCIS. Think of it as an internal appellate body. Its primary role is to review immigration petitions, and this includes the I-140 petition, which is a specific one for alien workers seeking an NIW that had been denied at the initial stage.
Right.
So when an applicant gets an unfavorable decision from a USCIS officer, they have the right to appeal to the AAO. The office then undertakes a pretty comprehensive re-examination of the entire case. They scrutinize all the submitted evidence, and ultimately, they decide whether to uphold the original denial or to overturn it, basically approving the petition.
So they get a second look.
Exactly, a very detailed second look. And what's truly fascinating and exceptionally useful for listeners is that the AAO issues two types of decisions: precedent and non-precedent.
Okay, precedent and non-precedent. What's the difference there?
Well, precedent decisions are quite rare. They establish binding legal standards that all USCIS officers across the country must follow. They essentially set the rules in stone for how certain criteria get interpreted.
Ah, okay, so those are the big ones.
They are. But the non-precedent decisions, while they aren't legally binding on future cases beyond the specific one being decided, are arguably even more insightful in practice.
Really? How so?
Because there are so many more of them. They provide this huge body of case law, revealing recurring patterns, common pitfalls, and showing what specific types of evidence have consistently led to approvals or denials. They show us the how and why behind successful and unsuccessful applications, even if they don't technically create new law. It's like seeing the application of the rules over and over.
So these aren't just obscure legal documents tucked away somewhere. They're more like a high-definition window into the operational thinking of USCIS, showing us their internal compass, maybe?
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. Why are these decisions particularly crucial for a self-petitioning EB-2 NIW applicant? I mean, they're kind of forging their own path without an employer sponsor, right?
You've hit on a critical point. USCIS officers themselves, when they're evaluating new EB-2 NIW petitions, regularly consult and draw insights from previous AAO decisions as part of their process. These rulings define key factors with incredible specificity. For instance, they clarify what truly qualifies as work of substantial merit, moving beyond just, say, academic achievement to real, tangible impact. They also delineate what constitutes national importance, showing how an endeavor's impact needs to ripple out across the country, not just stay within a local community or a single institution.
Right. That makes sense. Needs to be bigger.
Exactly. And maybe most importantly, AAO decisions demonstrate precisely how petitioners can effectively prove their unique ability to advance the proposed endeavor in the U.S. They're like a masterclass in evidence.
Okay.
So for you, the applicant, studying these decisions is like learning from this vast library of past experiences. It lets you proactively align your own petition with what USCIS has historically approved instead of just guessing in the dark. Many applicants fail because their evidence is weak or their explanations of the work's national impact are just too vague. A deep dive into AAO decisions directly addresses these weaknesses.
That sounds like an invaluable blueprint, honestly. If these decisions are our roadmap, let's explore some of the major roadblocks they highlight. What are the recurring issues, the subtle traps that AAO non-precedent decisions frequently reveal as reasons for denial?
Yeah, this is where we uncover some of the most common and often overlooked patterns of weakness. One major pitfall is demonstrating a weak or purely local impact rather than proving broad national importance.
Okay, so focusing too small.
Exactly. Applicants often focus on the real difference their work makes in a specific region or for a particular group, which is great, it's commendable, but it just doesn't meet the NIW's national scope requirement. The AAO consistently emphasizes that the proposed endeavor must have a tangible, widespread effect on the U.S. as a whole. Maybe influencing national policy, addressing a countrywide shortage, creating a scalable solution, something like that.
Got it.
Many petitions fail because the proposed endeavor is either poorly defined, lacks a concrete plan for future contributions, or the applicant just doesn't clearly articulate how those contributions will translate into national benefit. It's not enough to say you will contribute. You need a strategic, actionable roadmap.
Right. The how matters.
Immensely. Another frequent issue is insufficient proof of expertise. Specifically, not demonstrating that you are truly well-positioned to advance your proposed endeavor. That's the key phrase.
Well-positioned. What does that mean in practice?
It's a common misconception that, strong degrees or a detailed job description are enough. The AAO looks for evidence that goes way beyond basic qualifications. They want to see unique expertise, maybe a track record of leadership, specific industry recognition that sets you apart from your peers, or a distinct skill set that makes you uniquely capable of driving this particular endeavor forward.
So it's not just being good at your job.
No, it's more like being irreplaceably essential for the specific national interest you're proposing to advance. That's the level they're looking for.
Okay, that's a high bar.
It is. And finally, a significant number of denials stem from petitioners failing to convincingly show that, on balance, their work would be beneficial to the United States as a whole. Simply demonstrating a personal impact or a benefit mainly to your employer or maybe a very niche group is unlikely to meet this standard. It's pretty stringent.
Right.
The AAO consistently asks, how does this endeavor genuinely serve the broader public good? Does it enhance the national economy? Improve healthcare outcomes for a wide population? Advance UA scientific or technological leadership? Bolster national security? The focus has to be on the macro level impact. You need to make a clear, compelling case for that overall national advantage.
That's incredibly insightful. Okay, so if those are the common reasons petitions falter the weak impact, not being well-positioned, failing to show broad benefit, what's the flip side? How can you proactively use these AAO decisions to not just avoid denial, but actually strengthen an EB-2 NIW petition and really increase your chances of approval?
Great question. To dramatically boost your approval chances, the first step, I'd say, is to strategically research similar AAO cases in your specific field.
Okay, so find comparable situations.
Exactly. This isn't just casual reading. It's like reverse engineering. By analyzing decisions involving professionals with similar backgrounds, or maybe similar proposed endeavors, you can identify precisely what USCIS considers strong evidence, what types of arguments resonate with them, and critically, what pitfalls to meticulously avoid. This research becomes your customized blueprint.
Makes sense. Learn from the past.
Definitely. Secondly, you must explicitly and extensively explain how your work benefits the U.S. in critical national areas. Don't assume the officer will connect the dots for you.
Spell it out.
Spell it out clearly. You need to draw a clear, undeniable line from your specific contributions to national imperatives. Things like economic growth, public health, education, tech innovation. Use concrete examples. Articulate the national scope. So, for instance, if you're a biomedical researcher, show how your work addresses a disease that's prevalent across the U.S., not just, in one hospital's patient population.
Right. Emphasize the breadth.
Precisely. And thirdly, supporting documents are paramount. And not just any documents, but highly targeted ones.
Quality over quantity, maybe?
Absolutely. Beyond your academic transcripts, you need unequivocal proof of your past successes and your unique qualifications. This means presenting published work, patents granted, significant awards or grants received, extensive data proving the impact of your work, and crucially, robust letters of recommendation from independent experts in your field, people who aren't directly benefiting from you getting the visa.
Ah, independent voices. That's key.
Very key. These letters should specifically attest to your unique skills and the national importance of your contributions, ideally echoing the kind of language found in successful AAO decisions. Furthermore, to show you are well-positioned, you need evidence of future contributions. Things like letters of intent from organizations interested in your work, or maybe industry endorsements that highlight the immediate applicability of your endeavor.
So showing it's not just theoretical, it's ready to go.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating not just potential, but a clear trajectory of tangible impact. Many EB-2 NIW denials stem from a lack of clarity around these very points. By leveraging AAO insights, you can preemptively resolve these potential weaknesses in your petition.
So it really is about being incredibly strategic, learning from the collective experiences, both the successes and the failures of those who've gone before. You're essentially using their journey as a blueprint to not only avoid missteps, but also to actively build a more robust, maybe even ironclad case.
That's a perfect summary.
Yeah. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think, and illuminates these principles in action. Let's look at a few examples from the AAO's reviews of actual cases involving various professionals. These stories truly bring the criteria to life.
Absolutely. These case studies really highlight the critical nuances. Let's take 3. First, the researcher denied. Consider a brilliant researcher whose petition was denied. Their academic publications were impressive. Their research definitely advanced a niche scientific field.
That sounds promising.
It does, right? But the AAO upheld the denial because the petitioner failed to prove a broad national impact. What was missing was concrete evidence of the research moving beyond just academic circles. They had accolades for academic work, sure, but no documented industry influence, no evidence of patents being licensed for widespread application, maybe no citations in national policy or regulatory document.
So it stayed too academic.
In a sense, yes. The AAO emphasized that academic excellence, while it's often a prerequisite, isn't sufficient by itself without a demonstrable ripple effect into the broader U.S. interest. The lesson is that academic impact needs to clearly translate into a public benefit that goes beyond the lab or the university walls.
Okay, that's a crucial distinction. What's next?
Second, the physician approved. On the other hand, let's look at a physician working in an underserved rural area. They successfully proved their work, met the NIW criteria, and got an approval.
Okay, so this one worked. Why?
This was a clear example of tangible public benefit. The petitioner documented the severe physician shortage in their specific region, provided data on increased patient access and improved health outcomes directly because of their presence, and offered letters from local and regional health authorities attesting to their critical role. Their work directly addressed a recognized national need in healthcare.
Right, hitting a clear national problem.
Exactly. And they meticulously showed quantifiable impact in an area where qualified U.S. workers were demonstrably scarce. The AAO saw that direct connection between their work and the nation's well-being. It was undeniable.
That makes perfect sense. And the third example?
Third, the startup founder denied. Finally, consider a startup founder whose petition was denied. This was due to insufficient proof of economic impact, even though they had a compelling business plan and promising financial projections.
Oh, projections weren't enough.
Apparently not. The AAO decision made it really clear. Financial projections alone are insufficient. They needed concrete proof of actual or imminent job creation, like signed contracts, maybe documented capital investment beyond just personal funds, or evidence of tangible economic benefit already being realized.
Wow, so potential isn't enough there either. You need proof it's actually happening or about to happen.
Precisely. The innovative idea and the potential were recognized, but the evidence of tangible national economic impact was seen as speculative rather than proven. The AAO expects more than just potential. It demands a clear, evidence-backed pathway to widespread economic contribution.
What consistently stands out to me in these examples is just how incredibly specific the AAO is about what truly counts as proof and impact. It's not just about what you intend to do or what you say your work will achieve.
Right.
But what you can undeniably show through verifiable external evidence. These aren't just theoretical standards. They're applied with a very, very keen eye on actual, documented, and often quantified evidence.
You've nailed it. That's exactly the takeaway.
So what does all of this mean for you, the listener, if you're navigating the challenging but rewarding path of self-sponsoring for a green card through the EB-2 NIW? What are the essential nuggets of knowledge we've extracted today that can truly transform your petition?
Well, I think the key takeaways from our deep dive into these AAO non-precedent decisions are crystal clear and pretty foundational. 1. Your work must demonstrate a broad national impact, not just a local or personal one. You absolutely need to articulate how your endeavor ripples across state lines, addresses nationwide issues, or benefits the U.S. population as a whole. Frame everything within that national context.
National scope first, got it.
2. Provide strong, corroborated evidence of past success and ongoing contributions. And again, this isn't just a list of your accomplishments. It's a meticulously curated collection. Those independent recommendation letters, expert opinions, patents, awards, grants, significant media articles, data proving tangible impact. Each piece has to support that national interest claim.
Solid, independent proof.
And 3, prove your skills are truly unique and indispensable to your proposed endeavor. You need to demonstrate you are well positioned to advance it. This means showcasing expertise, leadership, recognition that sets you apart, making a compelling case that few others possess your unique ability to push this specific, nationally important work forward.
Unique and well-positioned.
Right. Ultimately, a well-structured petition that meticulously incorporates these AAO-derived insights and guidance significantly truly improves your approval chances. For those self-petitioning for a green card, understanding these decisions isn't just helpful. I'd argue it's a strategic imperative. By analyzing past rulings, you can craft much stronger EB-2 NIW I-140 petitions that align perfectly with USCIS expectations. And that moves you closer to becoming a lawful permanent resident.
This exploration has truly underscored the immense power of learning from past decisions, hasn't it? Turning those potential pitfalls into clear pathways to success. It's not just about knowing the rules, it's really about understanding the nuances of how they're interpreted, applied, and evidenced in the real world.
And it absolutely highlights that knowledge is most valuable when it's not just understood, but strategically applied.
Yeah.
Diligent research, precise articulation, compelling evidence, careful planning. These are critical to navigating complex systems like immigration with confidence and, frankly, a much higher probability of success.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you reflect on this, maybe consider this. Beyond just immigration, what systems in your own life, professional or personal, could benefit from a similar deep dive? Looking into past decisions, common patterns, or even the unwritten rules to significantly improve future outcomes, where might you find your own AAO decisions to guide your way? Thank you so much for joining us on this enlightening journey. Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep exploring.